episode of If I Can Do It, As Can You. Now, the vocals this time I will play some of those. I'm not going to play all of them, but I'm only going to do that because the vocals, the ones I mixed for this specific song, they actually sound really good. So we are going to share some of those. Mostly like the ad-libs and like maybe the first and second verse, possibly. I'm not sure. As always, I got to make sure everybody knows this is not AI. This is like real shit. Okay, great. Now that we've gone through the time to prove that this is not AI, just doing our groundwork for the haters or whoever, for whoever, I don't know. So again, these beats, I only use one kit this time. I could have used two, but I only used one. So this time I'll actually show you in the actual lineup of free loops that you can access when you use it, either on the Mac version or the iPhone version. Obviously they're both the same, but the iPhone one is limited because it doesn't have all the same functions, of course, because it's on your phone instead of on the actual Mac. Yeah, again, I am going to, we will eventually get to the vocals, but I'm not gonna do that right now. This function, I mean, I only used it for a little bit. I used it for like a whole like remix situation, which you'll hear. To add some like coolness to it, Cool little function that they have on here. I don't use this very often, but it is really cool to use. It's also very pretty, that pink sparkly situation. I mean, for the sake of aesthetic, it looks really nice. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like. You're not gonna hear like the ding ding, the remix sound. You're not gonna hear it. It's very subtle. I didn't do it, hardcore on that part because it's that part's only like 5 seconds or so, like even probably less than that. So I'll play it, so you can hear it, but you're not. It's not like a huge like boom boom, it's very subtle, so probably didn't even need to show you that. But what I want to do is kind of start isolating some of these things eventually and kind of let you hear what some of these things sound isolated versus, with all the tracks playing at the same time. One of these days, I'm definitely gonna go, like, do something like way from scratch. That way, like way from scratch, like not just showing you this is what I've done. Like, no, I might just do something that's like, excuse me, that's completely from scratch, so you can just see how I kind of like build things. And I'm just counting the tracks because I wanted to add a track and then build or like play something for you and like show you that you can use either the real instrument or you can just start with the piano and then kind of build whatever sound however you want it. But I can't add any more tracks because I've already used up all my tracks. So this is, like I said before, this is the library. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in here. It's pretty. I mean, a lot of the stuff in here is basic. Like it's not like this over the top banger type shit. Like it's not that. Like everything's basic in here. You have to build upon these things in order to make them extraordinary. Like these Latin fire ones, these are pretty good. I like those ones a lot. Cause like those congos or the bongos or whatever the fuck they call them, you know, I like that stuff. It sounds very exotic. I use some of those. I mean, this is only for the intro, but I mean, there's another song that I made that I did use those Latin type drums, but it's definitely not this one. All right, so let's do some isolation stuff so you can hear with a lot of these things sound by themselves. So sexy about it. I love it. We're gonna add some vocals in here. These are just the ad-libs, but they're like, yeah, you know, the yeahs and the oohs or whatever. Or I guess in this case, the you know, the little Can you feel my pain? Cause it seems that I am the last thing on your mind. Got to do, got plans for you. Well, I'm paying the price for me and no one else do. See, those vocals sound really good, so I'll let you guys hear those ones, but you're my fire. Let's get serious. No one else do. That's in there. Take advantage, I am the only one for you. I don't spend cash, caress instead. You're the only one. I can see myself with the rest of eternity. Now come along, won't wait too long. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 guitar parts right here. If I knew how to play guitar, I mean, I guess I don't know because I don't play guitar. Is what I'm basically trying to say. So like these parts, all these guitars right here. If I knew how to play the guitar, I assume like all of these parts would be played at the same time, unless you know it's not supposed to be like that. But all of those are separate parts that added together sound like one guitar part. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. And the last thing we're going to talk about here is this beat right here. Because I like shit that slaps. And not the slang kind, you know? Like music sounds good, it slaps. Like, no, I like that slap sound, like that cha, cha. That's really cool to me. It like goes with everything. It adds like that extra energy or electric or whatever it is. Because the ones in here, like I said, they're very basic, so it's hard to come by like a really good beat or a really good drum kit. So most of the time when I create something, I try not to use anything out of here. So like if you listen to these, like they're very basic. Like maybe you can stack them to make them sound a lot better than these sound, but a lot of these are very basic, so I don't use them very often. And then when I do use them, I like to shoot something that slaps. Oh, there's a ton of stuff in here. A lot of stuff is buildable. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, this, again, very basic, nothing too crazy going on in this song, nothing fancy. Another basic song that sounds extraordinary, I don't know. To me, like once you put all this stuff together. The way I started the song was with this bass line though. Like I built that bass line first and then everything else kind of came after that.